Hello guys, this is Bushi-san, and I'm gonna try do a Toshi without a video because I think it's kind of really distracting for me. So I wanted to do just record one without seeing me in here, just just me talking to you guys, and I feel that that would be much more better. And so yeah. So I'm gonna set the story here for you. The premises of the story for you is that I remember there was a race. I was at Spain in at Barcelona GP or Catalonia in a Monza or X7. I was racing against the AI way in the back, and I remember it was such a let's just say it was just such a great story to tell you guys. So uh, I'm waiting here to get going here. So yeah, as I was going, right, I remember at Spain you have that first turn. I call it a double turn because it looks like it's a one turn, but it's not really a one turn. And I remember it was just like, I remember the first time I went into that first corner, right, at Barcelona, and my mind, right, I finally saw, I saw Bruce Lee, and he's like, I just want to make sure you guys understand that this is just me try to cope out on racing against the AI. And I saw Bruce Lee, and he was doing his pose. He was like, "Come on, what you got?" And I started throwing punches, and kicks, and I couldn't, and I remember. I couldn't catch up with him, I couldn't catch up with him because he was so fast, because with his movement, with his block, with his agility to move and everything. Like he can move, he can jump, he can block. And we were doing this while we were running. So we were running, so we were driving, but we were fighting. In a way, we were really like running but fighting at the same time. And it was crazy, I remember I was throwing punches. Bruce Lee, right? This form of Bruce Lee, right? And I remember I was like, man, this guy is really good, And I know it's all in my head, but like, I realized, wow, I understood that, you have to be. I understood that Bruce Lee was just on different level. I understood, but because I never met the guy, right? But just by watching his movies, watching his interview, he really had that mentality of I'm gonna give it 100%, And I remember that moment. I was like, if I fought Bruce Lee in real life, this is what he would have done, He would throw punches. He wouldn't hold those punches back. And I was like, man, remember Bruce Lee is one serious but cool guy, And I remember him saying like, man, don't worry. He was saying like, hey, don't worry. You're still young. You're still learning. And so that's okay. Everyone have to learn. Everyone have to experience. And I was like, yeah, I do have a lot to learn, But this is when I was, starting to learn to drive, And as we were fighting Bruce Lee, and he was talking to me, and I was like, yeah, I'm not, and I realized like I'm not gonna beat Bruce Lee at this stage of my life and career in racing, you know. And I realized, like, yeah, you know, wait, I do have a lot to learn, you know, because I haven't matured yet as a fighter, as a person, as a race driver. And I knew that, you know, that Bruce Lee is just he was just like teaching me, you know, making me kind of see that, you know, I have a lot to go, I have a lot to learn, a lot to explore, right? A lot to understand. And then I finally realized that, you know what, I'm just gonna spar him to learn from him, to learn from really myself, who I am. So I learned more about from him, just the way how he fight, to really explore Bruce Lee as a person, not as a movie icon, to really understand who he was, what was his word, how did he speak those words, you know, how did he talk, you know, to really understand the person while I'm sparring with Bruce Lee. So, and I'm gonna slow this down. I think the story is done. But slow this down in a little bit. Well, I'm gonna let it go for it. But yeah, I remember fighting Bruce Lee mentally. I did not beat him. At the time, I was still learning. I was still young. I didn't know much. I hasn't really matured as a driver, as a person, and I just sparred with him, you know, and to really understand the man, the man, not the movie star, you know, the superstar, I would say, and really understand who he was, what his word, what was his mentality, how he views the world, how he view martial art, how he view a lot, a lot of things, you know. And I really understand, like, when it comes to racing, there's always something to learn, always something to understand about yourself and about others, and yes, it is racing, you know, there is tough, and but you gotta have fun too. Um, and that's what I learned from fighting against Bruce Lee, you know. He was a character. He was real, he was Bruce Lee in his truest form. He was a fighter, but he was also a teacher too, you know. He talk. He doesn't really scold you, but he teaches you. He makes sure you will go on a right path. So that's kind of what I got the vibe from Bruce Lee, just from the movie, the YouTube video that I watched him talk, and the movies and his interviews. And now I really sort of got a better understanding of the man, who he was, and who I was, and who I'm going to be. I don't know who I'm gonna be, but I know that I have to be on that path. And so, yeah, credit to Bruce Lee. I, you know, I didn't beat him. Too, unfortunately not. But he was just next level at the time. But if I had learned, you know, Ultra Instinct, you know, be way before this, I think I would have never learned the lesson, you know, to be on that path. I would never learn to be humble, you know, and plus I wouldn't appreciate it, you know, I wouldn't understand whether to go ultra instinct, you know, because I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for it. And that's okay, you know, it was some battle, you gotta, you know, make the best out of it. And he set me on a path, and I think that's probably why, you know, once I not attained, but I gained the form Ultra Instinct. That was my first time with it. It was phenomenal. It was just wow. It was, you know, it was feel like I it was on the tip of my tongue or tip of my fingertip, and that was incredible. I learned, and thanks to him, that's what I really learned. It kind of let I guess you could say, the let the past of me really learn ultra instinct, the form, the being one with oneself, being one with the car, one with the universe, one with you know self. And yeah, that's ultra instinct is incredible. It's an incredible form, but it is taxing. But anyway, guys, please like, thumbs up, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I fought Bruce Lee and lost. I fought Bruce Lee and lost. I technically didn't. I sparred with him. But anyway, guys, please listen to these commentaries, these Toshi's videos, commentaries. I think you guys will enjoy them. You just gotta be a good listener. So you gotta interpret things. You gotta imagine. You gotta paint the pictures and go on that trip and enjoy. But anyway, guys, this is again, please thumbs up, share, subscribe, like my channel, comment. You don't have to comment, but yeah, Bushi-san out. I fought Bruce Lee. I lost technically. Didn't lose it technically. I spar with Bruce Lee. But yeah. Anyway, guys, Bushi-san out. Take care. Enjoy.